I am pleasured by the distinct opportunity that I get every morning to spend your quality mornings with you. My name is Kwame Owusu, and so this is Good Morning Africa Live on Pan-African Television. And you know that we are just about some 3 days away to the general elections, which is on the 7th of December, which happens to be a Monday and a holiday. It's going to be one of a kind. People definitely are going to come out to exercise their democratic right. And I've been charging a lot of people to be interested in this process, primarily because this is the only opportunity you get as a citizen to make your voices count and to also question the performance of an incumbent administration and to also pull parity with administrations that we've experienced before. It is very instructive to note that all the things that you have harbored, all the pains that you've harbored, all the excitements that you've harbored, will only be demonstrated on the 7th of December 2020 when you go to the polls and you exercise your right. Now, accountability is a must. And yesterday, if you watched the election focus, I told you that bad governance equals corruption. And corruption is harmful to any country's development. So we have a civic responsibility. We have a bigger responsibility as citizens of this nation to make a choice that will impact our lives and impact the lives of posterity. If you have a child who is 1 year old, you should be thinking about the child when he becomes, or when he turns 18 years old. How will the country be like for that child of yours? Will the child of yours grow up to come and find it difficult getting a job to do? Will that child grow up knowing that the systems are functioning so that they'll be able to get proper jobs to do? How will your child grow up? Will your child grow up to come and find that the educational sector is properly regulated so that when they complete their senior high schools, their tertiary schools available, and they have jobs waiting for them? These are the things that we must factor into our thoughts whenever we are going to make a choice to pick a leader. Don't think about yourself now, because even if you are 18 years today and you are not married, think about it this way. In the next 10 years, probably you'll get married. You'll give birth. Now, what sort of future are we preparing or building for the next generation? It's very, very crucial. Should the future be only predicated on free senior high school? Okay, what happens when your ward completes senior high school? How would they be able to get into the tertiary institutions where we know how expensive it is to pay for the tertiary fees? And I'm a living testimony to that. Now, after university, what becomes of your child? These are the bread and butter issues that we must think about as a dear nation. And we should make our informed decision based on all of these things that I've enumerated. And I'm sure there are more. This morning, we are going to be discussing very important issues. Obviously, we're going to be touching on an African story. And then we come back to our own country and deal with some very important issues as well. Issues that perhaps will change your rigid mental set about a certain affiliation that you have for a political party. Now, Liberian ex-commander faces war crimes trial. And this Liberian commander, according to the International Criminal Court, was very instrumental in the Liberian war. Now, he's been charged for war crimes, crimes against humanity, rape, cannibalism, and forcing children and giving ammunition to children to commit crimes and things like that. So those are very serious crimes. He has denied that. He was arrested, I think, in is it New Zealand or Switzerland? One of them. But he was arrested, and since 2014, I believe. So he's been in prison for 6 years now, or in cells for 6 years now, and the matter has been sent to court. People have come out to intimate that he was part, or in fact, he is the epicenter of the challenges that, in fact, the war that broke out in Liberia. We'll get into that. Also, Mahama's free tertiary promise a big scam, says Nana B. Mahama's free tertiary promise, big scam. So the fundamental question that we are having to grapple with is to find out whether or not the MPP's free SHS when they were in opposition was also a big scam. Because if it was a big scam, they wouldn't have been able to effectively, implement same. Now, what they are using as their trump card for the 2020 elections is the fact that they've been able to implement the free senior high school policy. So when you conceived the idea of free SHS, were not, condemned that you were engaged in lies or scam at the time. Why question somebody who's also saying that I want to take it a step further? I want to extend it to the tertiary institutions. Why are you saying it's a big scam? So these are perhaps the nuances that we will factor into the discourse as we progress. Abandoned projects worrying. Forum for Accountability is talking. Forum for Accountability is saying that the abandoned projects that were embarked upon by the previous administration, which have been left to rot, is very worrying. Forum for Accountability, Ghana. Stranek is warning government over plans to shut internet services on election day. This is also on the front page of the Insight newspaper. I have been joined in the studios by Naziru Mohammed, who is a leading communicator for the NDC. Good morning to you, sir.
Good morning.
Our very own Desmond, the incoming MP for Akropong constituency. Desmond Into is also here seated. Desmond, you look very good in your poster.
Thank you, my brother.
Wow, what a handsome man.
Thank you.
Akropong.
I believe in branding.
Akropong shall be great again.
Sure. They deserve better. And
how
they
do
know,
by the way?
They know the number is 4, but it's not 4 for Nana. This is 4 for Into.
Into. And 4 for...
I'm
your
number
flag
4.
bearer.
My flag bearer is number 9.
Okay.
So this 4 is for Into, not Nana. So when people say 4 more for Nana at a Kropong, I just laugh because they know definitely the 4 is going to be Nana Into and not Nanado.
Thank you. Justice Apia is also with us here. He is a journalist with Pan African Television, host of Hot News on Pan African Television. Justice, good morning, sir.
Good morning, Kwame.
Right, so we'll kickstart the conversation from Liberia. Liberian ex-commander, and I just want us to dispatch this quickly. Ex-commander faces war crimes trial. Nazir, quickly.
Well, I have to say good morning. I think there's a steps to go. We were told long ago, and most of you who are in the law fraternity would always remind us to the effect that crime has no expiry date. And for that matter, no matter what you do today, you will be caught up with. And even if in the process of that harm, you lose your life, don't forget we are a country or a continent that deals with an extended family system. Many, the ordinary Liberians today will suffer some neglect, some rejection due to the, extreme position their forebears have taken during the Liberian War. And this, for me, is a wake-up call to everybody everywhere that, look, Africa is awakening to the realities of our time, to the effect that, look, it is the contribution, single contribution of every individual that will see to the progress of the continent. And in the same vein, if we have individuals whose contribution is detrimental to the progress of our continent, they should know that the law will catch up with them, no matter what. And what I would be happy with is for Africa itself to put in place mechanism, like we have the Hague, where issues internationally are handled. Africa, by the African Command Center, by the African Union, must also put together a peer review kind of mechanism that would ensure that immediately they could start engaging leaders who are going astray, for lack of a better word, going astray in their respective country. If Africa has such a thing, I don't think by now Nanado should not be called to the realities of the situation that, look, what is happening in your country is unacceptable by all standards, and our eyes are on you. We expect that you live up to the expectations, so that even if you have some mentality that whatever the case may be, since we are in power, we could do everything to save ourselves. I mean, the pressure coming from his peers within the continent should tell him that he is alone, and for that matter, he cannot continue. Let this unravel, and let's see how it unsettles, so that at least some victims of the Liberian situation will feel good that someone has been punished for the woes he's caused them. So I think it's a step in the right direction.
Thank you very much. Justice.
Kwame, thank you so much. Liberian ex-commander faces war crimes trial. And I think that is a move in the right direction. Since the war, broke in Liberia, we all know what that has actually caused, to an extent that we have some of our colleagues from Liberia living here in Ghana. You know about the Liberian camp around Kasua Budumbram and all of that. It was as a result of that particular war. But what I found very bad is having arrested somebody for about 6 years now, since 2014, and he's now being arraigned for court. That is where my issue. I don't know what the Liberian law says about some of these things, but here in Ghana, we know that when somebody is arrested, quickly the person would have to be arraigned before court, and then the court of
this was the International Court of
okay, well, very well. So
yeah.
Okay, so that's it. But basically, the ex-commander has said that he knew nothing about what has happened. He has denied the allegations leveled against him. There are some people who are also saying that he was part of what happened in Liberia. I think that the only place this could be settled is at a competent court of jurisdiction. I mean, all the facts are laid before the jury, and then whatever he also has to say, he put it out there. They decide what happened. But I think that if he's found guilty of those, crimes, then the law must take its course. I think that people must be used as an scapegoat for some of these things that are happening. Africa generally, we are looking out for a peaceful continent, and so the bad nuts in us who would want to foment troubles and all of that to make sure that the continent is unstable, if people are found guilty in some of these issues, basically they must face the law, and the law must actually deal with them.
That's one.
Yes, I think that we all know when this Liberia war started, way back in 1989, and the number of people who died, over 250 people, and in fact, that was what we estimated, but we can't actually count the number of people who really died. But report says that we had over 250 people who died, and I think that if the ex-commander has been arrested and he's on trial, the law must take its course, and at the end of the day, if he is found guilty, whatever he is supposed to, or wherever they have to place him, the right thing needs to be done. For me, I think that we've gotten to a stage where wherever you find yourself and you are involved in some of these criminal and then war crimes, wherever you find yourself, because a law has been passed, you can be tried at any country wherever you find yourself. So if it's in Switzerland and the law has caught up with him, he should be tried, and we all wait for the results, and at the end of the day we move forward as a continent.
Right.
We don't want war, and we don't want a situation whereby people will be tried because of war crimes and what have you.
Right. Beautiful. I think my panelists are in a haste to discuss the domestic issues. For which reason they have dispatched this quickly.
Oh yes, but this is
equally important.
Clearly.
Because
we have just 3 days to election, so people need to know
what is going on.
Yes.
All right. So, the topics that we have tabled for today's conversation: Stranek is warning government over plans, to shut internet services. that has been captured on the front page of the Insight newspaper. Justice, let me start with you.
All right, thank you so much, Kwame, once again for the opportunity. I think what Stranek is calling for is a call in the right direction, Kwame. If indeed government has plans of shutting the internet on election day, then they must be extremely careful. This country is a democratic, country, and I believe that things must be done in a democratic way. Why would government want to shut down the internet on election day? What is it that they know that we don't know? What is it that they would want to hide? Why? I think that there are more answers to questions that will be posed than just to have shut down the internet. And so for me, I'll only treat this as allegations, mere allegations against government until probably there's something concrete to prove that yes, this is what government has planned to do. Then we can have an extensive conversation on this. But I'll ask simple questions on this particular one. Why would government want to shut down the internet on election day? Is it because they have something hiding? Is it because they would not want people to, overuse or misuse the internet? And why would anybody want to do that? And so for me, I wouldn't have much to say on this topic. I would only say that if government is also having plans of doing anything as such, they should better put a stop to it.
Desmond.
Kwame, for me, I think that it's not just about the internet that they should just warn the government of shutting it down. They should also, talk to these telecos, because I realized that during the special voting, you tried to dial a number and it wasn't going. So I asked myself, is it a try or a march towards the election day, which is on the 7th, that you pick up your phone to find out what is happening in the polling station, and then at the end of the day, you hear network busy. I think that if they are warning the government, they should warn them and warn them well. Because why would you shut down internet? For me, I think that shutting down the internet will even make you lose more. Because at the end of it, people would even get mad at you and ask, why? Why would my internet not be working? Why? On election day, I think that maybe it's just mere speculation. But if they have plans of shutting down internet during 7th December, then I bet you they will fail. They will fail.
You see, depending on the country in which you operate, security service may take some steps to ensure that we have a peaceful election. In some countries, the environment is so hostile, fragile, such that if they don't control the flow of some information, it will lead to consequences that they cannot easily control. And for that matter, they must put in place mechanisms to ensure everything goes smoothly. But when we take our part of the world, being Ghana, you come to the realization that we have been able to advance to the extent that we've even made laws that governs and protect cybercrime. As I speak to you, our National Communication Officer, that is Sami Jefi, is answering questions at the police stations for a publication he made on his Facebook wall. If you all remember, saw him, invited by the police, all in line with the laws that we have put in place. And then since we have laws and that law has descended down for everybody to see, I don't see where the attempt or the feeling that you are going to, shut down internet would come from. But if you ask me, Desmond was trying to raise it, but I think he left it somewhere. I must be very frank with you, it has started already. For the past 2 months, I have not been able to make one successful call end to end. For the past 2 months. I thought I was alone until I saw Colonel Larry Beblo Latte retired also post on his Facebook that this call connection issue is in normal. Then it begins to dawn on me that look, something is fundamentally wrong and we must begin to address it immediately. Whatever the situation is, my worry is the fact that as we speak, most of the things that the political party could rely on to get the feeling and aspiration of the people they are representing, most way we can do that is through this internet, our WhatsApp, our normal Facebooks, and stuffs like that. And if you tend to block it, communication, breaks. The after effect is daring. I mean, you cannot contain it. For instance, if I am in Tamale and they tell me that something wild is happening at, let's say, Volta region, let's say Aplao, let's say Hohoi, let's say somewhere in Volta region. I only heard it in the news, maybe a radio station broadcast it. It ends there. We don't have the details. But if this internet is allowed to operate, I want to believe that we can be communicating among ourselves as a party to even get issues resolved and controlled before it gets out of hand. So any attempt to do so is nothing for me. Any attempt to decide not to, get the internet service operate freely is an attempt at, for lack of better word, fighting democracy, attempt at destroying what we have put together all these years, attempt at making people believe that the ordinary Ghanaian cannot, think and act rationally if is left with the internet. So for that matter, they must block the internet. It's a big insult to our democracy to say that at this point in time we are thinking or entertaining the fear of internet being shut down. But let me tell you, no matter what we do, these people are determined. They have not acted rational from the beginning of this contest up until today. They are being, too hard on dissenting views. They have gone to the extent of, determining the editorial policy of radio stations, of newspapers, to suit their interests. They have come publicly to attack anybody who, disagree with one opinion or the other. And for that matter, we will not doubt it that this call by Strinak is just a wind blow or just a call out of nothing. It is as a result of the processes we've seen up to today that people will be making such call. But my only assurance to the good people of Ghana is this. I've always said that wherever you would cast your vote will be counted at that same place. That is what makes a difference in the Ghanaian election. So that if you are able to police the situation, no matter the amount of shooting, no matter the amount of intimidation, you are determined, and always remember that we are living in a Ghana today. There is no accident. The forebearers of our country chose red, gold, and green as our symbol. The red is a representation of the blood that flowed to get us this continent, to get us this country. We will do nothing in respecting those blood if we begin to run away at issues that would see to the deterioration of this country. We have done nothing to the blood that flow. So we must stand it. We must face it. That is what our forebears did. And that is our responsibility today, to stand and ensure that this democracy strives and grow no matter what the situation is. And that is what some of us are determined to do. And we are sure the ordinary Ghanaians are also determined to do the same thing. We will continue to guard it to its logical conclusion. And I've said to every NDC person, it is our duty more than any other person to protect the sanctity of the 1992 Constitution, because we have the same umbilical cord. with the 1992 Constitution. What brought forth the 1992 Constitution brought forth the NDC as a political party. All right. And we'll continue in that direction.
Beautiful submission. Thank you. My JHS teacher is watching, and I'd like to say a special good morning to him, Mr. Odro. He says, good morning to you, KOD. You look nice in your outfit. Greet your panelists for me from Mr. Odro in Kufuridua. Sir, good morning to you. I trust you're doing well. I trust you're staying alive, and I trust that you're protecting yourself against coronavirus. I will see you very soon. After the elections, I'll try and come to Kufuridua. I'll see you very, very soon. Now, let's get into the areas of interest, I presume, and the way Naziru has folded his hands and, trying to solidify and, advancing arguments in his brain. It tells me that he's indeed going to dissect the issues as ought to be. But I won't start with him. Actually, let me start with him, because the next topic says, Mohammed's free tertiary promise, big scam. Nana B is the one talking. And you remember in my preamble, I asked a very fundamental question. We are all students of conscience. And we are all students of constant evolution and constant learning. So we cannot be deceived based on, some rhetorics that have been put out by somebody because they want to win score political points. Why am I saying this? I'm saying this because the wheels, or if you will, the rails upon which the NPP sought to campaign in the 2016 or prior to the 2016 elections was primarily predicated on free senior high school and corruption and a few other things. So those were the wheels that they used, in carrying out their message. The wheel of free senior high school, the wheels of corruption, the wheels of several other things, right? But they are now saying that you have also come out to say, yes, free SHS is good, but we must also think beyond free SHS. Beyond free SHS, what happens? And I am a personal testimony to the challenges that confront people who complete senior high schools and who have been able to pass the exams to further their education. Bro, it's not easy. Trust me. It's not easy when your admission letter comes and you are from a poor background or from a poor home, and you have to go and pay for your ward to begin to start his or her tertiary education. So I thought that, yes, you can have your own problems with, in terms of, you can have your political problems with it, but you shouldn't question, the feasibility or viability of this, because in the final analysis, Ghanaians are the ones who will benefit from this. So are you surprised that Nana B is saying that you people are engaged in a big scam? Now you are scammers. NDC, you are scammers. Are you scammers?
Well, that's his opinion. I mean, I don't begrudge that opinion, because if you have a stranded person...
And viewers should forgive me if my chain of thought is not flowing, because, we've been getting home late because of the election focus. So my brain is a bit tired. So viewers should forgive me if my flow is not...
but you've said it.
So they should forgive me. Yeah, please proceed.
What I'm saying is it's very unfortunate that his opinion sought to contravene their own beliefs that education is the key, and for that matter, any investment in education is an investment that will see to the well-being of our country. My point is very simple. The free SHS policy is an enshrined position in the Constitution. Article 25 is explicitly clear on free education. Now, to achieve
25 or 35?
25. To achieve the objective of free compulsory basic education, albeit progressively, people invested in it. I mean, we cannot run away from the investments that the former President Rawlings administration did in the area of free compulsory basic education, FQ. just for us to meet the obligation and the directive of the Constitution. We cannot run away the investments, even the Kufuor administration also made, to achieving that objective. The investment the John Dramani Mahama, former President Mills administration did, where they got us to, and indeed the implementation of the progressively free SHS. I mean, these are all facts that is uncontestable. Now, if we come back to the realities and begin to ask ourselves, then we are saying that even with the free SHS that they want to tout, what John Dramani Mahama is telling the ordinary Ghanaian is that a vote for him will mean that all your children will go to school once and for all. I mean, we will not have the traffic light system where some goes and some come. The teachers don't even have midterms. They don't have time to rest because it's almost like a continuous assessment till the end of the year. Whilst the students who are supposed to have quality education will now be served with a taught education, and you know the consequences and how it will end up. John Dramani Mahama is saying that because he was able and he has the track record to have abolished or put in place mechanism which absorbed the first year and the continuing third year student in 2009, where students were supposed to go to school for 4 years and not the normal 3 years, and we were expecting the freshers to also come and join. Because he was able to do that smoothly, he's promising you that when you give him the opportunity, the free SHS would cease to operate the traffic light system, and this we trust it very well. Now, beyond that, it is not talking about only free SHS, because tertiary education is very important. I don't know if the ordinary Ghanaian today will tell you the suffering he would go through to get the services of a carpenter, for instance. The pressure he will go to get the services of simple thing like a plumber. It is not easy these days. We even are having people from the other countries, Togo and the rest, coming to do our POPs and stuff like that, because those people are still practicing the apprenticeship system, which is getting skills transfer to the youth. But in our country, we don't have it. So John Dramani Mahama is promising that if he gets the opportunity, not only is he going to do a free SHS, continue it, but he is going to ensure that the TVET, the technical vocational training education, is going to be free up to the tertiary level. We are going to churn out graduates with skills that would ensure that they contribute to the socio-economic development of our country. He's going forward to tell you that beyond the promise that we have made, to the effect that every student who is going into a tertiary institution is going, I mean, those are the continuing students, is going to have half of his burden taken by government, so that government supports his parents, government supports his wards, government supports he himself and the schools to ensure that we have smooth running of our education. Now, John Dramani Mahama is going further to say that even if I do so, it will be detrimental to the first year student, that is the graduate who have just finished their education, to come and join the continuing student and take half. Because they are going to pay more. They are now going to look for their rooms. They are now going to look for many things that would ensure that they compete favorably among their peers on the campuses. So to be able to cushion them, achieve that objective, is going to take all the cost, 100% cost of all the freshers in our tertiary institution, be it the university, be it the polytechnic, be it the teacher training colleges and technical universities, is going to take all of them and ensure that they get to the school. What is the reason coronavirus has not been favorable to many economies, I mean, individual economies, collectively as a country, and many other things? And if we don't do something to cushion the parents, and I think this is the wonderful promise. If this is what Nanabi seeks to attack, then I am telling Nanabi that if I were him, I would come to face the good people of Ghana and tell them reasons why this is not achievable, but not to say it's a scam. It is very achievable, because what we intend to do is very simple. At least that over 150 billion that has been transferred from commercial bank to other places, we are going to retrieve those money. John Dramani Mahama has that track record. You remember when the issue of the national service started. I mean, he went in, grabbed the issues, held the bull by the horn, retrieve the money. Those who need to be punished has been punished. He has that track record. He is going to do it. That we are going to get money to solve this simple problem for the good people of Ghana. We are going to ensure that over $100 million that have been paid to Gabi Ocheredaku for no work done under the Ejapa deal will be retrieved to the state. And these are money we are going to add to make sure that these things goes on. And they cannot run away. They will pay. And if he knows he has some percentage of the monies that we are talking about, and for that matter, he doesn't want the NDC to be voted for, he should go start looking for that money and saving it, because we will take the money. Look, the Mandu operandi for John Dramani Mahama's fight against corruption in the MPP administration is to retrieve the money first. That is what we are going to do. Retrieve the money first. And Dramani Mahama has that track record. So to him, whatever he thinks that the the NDC is saying will not be feasible. I mean, he's not even giving us reason, because I've not heard the detailed reasons why he is arriving at this conclusion. It's the usual razzmatazz. I mean, hit your head and say anything. It's election time and you think that someone is taking undue advantage. For that matter, you must draw him back. John Dramani Mahama is focused. The NDC is focused. This is a clear, clean, unambiguous promise we've made to the good people of Ghana. Inshallah, we shall achieve it.
Right. Let me remind viewers that Adam Sabo cancelled on us at the very last minute. So it is not deliberate that we don't have an MPP representative here. Let me reiterate again. Adam Sabo, who is the regular representative, if you will, or representation of the NPP, isn't here. And he cancelled out on us at the very last minute. But I'm sure he's watching. So, Sabo, good morning to you. We love you. And hopefully next week he will join us. Justice, yeah. Let's hear from you.
Kwame, what did I hear? Nana B is the national youth organizer of the ruling New Patriotic Party. He has said that President Mahama's, or the National Democratic Congress's promise to make tertiary education free for first-year students, and then the continuing students, they are doing 50-50. Chimpe. Is a scam. Is that what he has said?
Yeah, that's what he said.
I'm proud to the 2016 election. We've had lofty promises from the New Patriotic Party. And I'll take my time to mark the register. And I have it here. And this is the register. Prior to the 2016 election, the New Patriotic Party promised 1 village, 1 dam. They promised 1 million per constituency. They promised 1 district, 1 factory. They promised free senior high school. They promised restoration of teacher training allowances. They promised restoration of nurses training allowances. They promised planting for food and jobs. They promised creation of jobs, among others. Is Nana B saying that in 2016, when they were making those promises were scam? No, Nana B should come out and tell the good people of Ghana that these promises I have mentioned were scam when they were making those promises. I know that political parties are fond of attacking, promises from, each other. But it will only be uncalled for when today the New Patriotic Party would want the good people of Ghana to believe that free SHS is the most beautiful thing that has happened to this country. They would want Ghanaians to believe that now if you go to every home in this country, at least there has been a child who has benefited from the free senior high school policy. They have trumpeted. Today, they are campaigning on the back of free senior high school. Today, they are saying that by voting the New Patriotic Party out of government, free senior high school will collapse. If you mention anything in this country, what the New Patriotic Party will tell you is that we have implemented free senior high school policy. Somebody has seen beyond free senior high school and has said that, okay, fine. Looking at how COVID-19 has affected the world, and Ghana is of no exception, people are living in hardship, and that we would want to, as a matter of fact, give tertiary education to the freshers for free. without paying a dime. And also, do what they call chimpe for the continuing students. And you are saying that that one is a scam. So 2 legs good, 4 legs bad. I can best describe this as witchcraft. Oh, honestly, you see, when it has to do with education, Kwame, I would never compromise my position on that. I mean, you talked about yourself and how you gained admission and you had to struggle before you went to tech. Kwame, I stayed home for 3 years before going to the university, though I passed. You are saying that parents are unable to pay fees at the senior high level, the second cycle level, right? And so you wanted to make it free. Kwame, at the senior high level, as compared to the tertiary level, you are paying more.
Yeah.
And you want Ghanaians to believe that you have done what nobody has ever done in the world by implementing free senior high school policy in this country. And today, you are bastardizing, another promise that seeks to give free education to people at the tertiary level. Wouldn't it be bad if we have education free from crèche to the university? So if I describe this as a witchcraft, would anybody have any problem with it? We can live with some of these elements in the society. They don't see anything good about, anything anybody does.
Except themselves.
Except themselves. Thinking that they are better managers of this country than any other person else. Why? Kwame. Look, I have mentioned all the lofty promises they made to the good people of Ghana. Were they scam? Did they scam Ghanaians? Today we are told that they were able to implement 1V1D, one village, one dam. We are told that 1 million per constituency, they were able to, distribute their monies. If you ask, they tell you that the ambulances and then whatnot that were provided to the constituencies is part of the $1 million that they were supposed to give to the constituencies. Today we are told that free SHS, they have implemented it. Despite the challenges, they have implemented it, and they are telling us that, look, the students have passed, some with 8 A's. 8 A's. Whose mother or father is unable to pay school fees at the tertiary level.
But we have to arrange. Have you forgotten that one of our boys
exactly from Achimasafo
has passed? He had
7 A's,
1B.
In fact, I've gotten the number.
Yes, and we have to now mobilize and pay the boys universities.
We are trying to, and
so if Bahama is bringing
get in touch with
funding for first years, I only give you money to go and buy food to chop. That's all.
And you are saying that, today you have implemented free senior high school policy under normal circumstances. People who wouldn't have been able to go to the senior high schools have been able to attend senior high school and have made very good grades. But after that, what happens? Will they continue their school in their homes? No, but I need to ask very relevant questions.
I'm sure they will consider their mother's bedrooms.
They will certainly go to the tertiary schools.
Probably also, by then they've gotten enough what they want, so they will leave their child to his fate.
Yeah.
So, Kwame, if somebody has passed at the secondary level, which you have done, and I respect that. Yesterday I told you on Election Focus that I'll give the credit to this government for implementing a policy despite the challenges. We overcome those ones because there's no policy that is implemented without a challenge. But if you have done that and somebody is taking it a step further, why sit somewhere and say it's a scam? If you are able to implement all these policies I have mentioned, what makes you think that somebody else cannot implement something above that?
Have they implemented them?
No worries. They are saying that 1 village, 1 dam implemented. 1 million per constituency. They have done it. Free SHS, restoration of teacher training, nurses training allowances, planting for food and jobs. You recall that the minister told us that when you go to Carnation Market, you can get plantain to buy at a price of 2 cedis. Yes. So according to them, they have been able to do it. I won't take it away from them. You understand? But don't come and tell us that somebody would want to scam the good people of Ghana by saying that I would want to take care of the tertiary level when I'm voted for. When you were trumpeting the free senior high school policy somewhere around 2016, were you deceiving Ghanaians? Were you not able to do it? So what makes you think that another person cannot do tertiary for free? So you would want Ghanaians to wait on you to come and tell them that you are implementing free tertiary. So if it is Nana B and his people, it is right. If it has to do with another group of people in this country, they are scammers. They are Sakawa people. This is not Zietin, Kwame. We can't live with these elements in this country. And you see, I'll call on all Ghanaians to then know the kind of people we are dealing with in this country. Why?
Well, Justice says why. Justice obviously is not happy about Nana B's rhetoric, and he's gone.
I will tell him why.
But let me come to you, Desmond.
Let me tell him why. Why? Because they feel that once they have been able to, divert the minds of Ghanaians, everybody who tries to implement policies is going to do the same. Why am I saying this? Like my brother said, he said they promised one village, one dam, one constituency, $1 million. And you know how much $1 million is? One district, one factory. Now, ask yourself, how many districts do we have in Ghana? And how many factories do we have in those districts? Somebody will be doing his own small, Lalasulala. Then you just go there and you say, we want to do partnership. And then at the end of the day, you put it out there that, we've been able to come out with a factory in this district. When you ask, all that they tell you is that, when we started, we said we can even go into partnership. But in your manifesto, you said we are going to build new factories in the districts. If you have been able to, implement the free SHS, somebody is also saying that at the end of the day, I am going to make sure that those who will be going to the university, I will give them free in their first year. Is that not what the NDCU people are saying?
Yeah.
Fine. So what makes it look like a scam? You see, it's because in their minds, they have scammed Ghanaians. So they think that everyone is going to scam Ghanaians as well. You take 1 million, one constituency, you go and build just 3 boreholes. And out of the 3 boreholes, only 2 are working. And at the end of the day, you come and tell us that you have been able to use the 1 million, one constituency. What are you telling us? You go, you put asphalt on already asphalted roads. And then you come and tell us that you've been able to construct the roads. Go to my village, Kentensua. Go and construct new roads. When you do that, then you can tell me that really I am constructing road. But you don't go to East Legon where we already have Kota Road, and then at the end of the day you go and put another Kota on it, and you come and tell me that you've constructed the roads.
Even here at Abelemkwe, it is same.
It is same.
Just here, just in front.
And at the end of the day, they are boasting, year of roads. Year of roads, just 2 months to election, you are now constructing Teshinungwa Road. And even the Teshinungwa Road, there's no drainage system. Why? Where in construction of roads that you construct a road without drainage?
Ghana.
Okay, we live to see. We live to see. If we don't kick out this family and friends government out, I bet you we are going to suffer. We are really going to suffer if we don't kick this MPP government out. Look, see, yesterday in my constituency, Ekwapim North, they were sharing 1 kilo rice. That's just 1 margarine and half. If you have a family of 5, and then they give you this rice, you will not see them again until 4 years. And then they will just be keeping our taxes. And then at the end of the 4 years, they come and give you 1.5 margarine rice. And then you also collect it, and then you'll be clapping for them. Charlie, Ghanaians, let us look sharp, as my people always say. We have to look sharp this time around. When they come, collect the money, because it's our own tax money. When they come, collect them, chop, and then vote them out. How can you say somebody's manifesto is a scam, but yours is not a scam? So, you see, because they have been scamming Ghanaians all over the years, that is why they feel that if somebody wants to implement something, it is a scam. I told my people in my constituency that, look at the environment in which we are. If we take tourism as a major, a major policy in the area, it is going to benefit the youth. Somebody was telling me, oh, how can you do that? But in Sweden, we have artificial forests. Our own ministers, they travel to Sweden just to go and look at the forest. Meanwhile, we have forests just at our backyard, and we can't do anything with it. This 1 million, one constituency, can't they do anything? Ask yourself, in my own constituency, the constituency, I always say that it is divided into two, because we have the mountainous part and then we have the down part. Now that down part, go and look at their roads. Last 2 weeks, we were supposed to have a debate. Because the MPP have not been able to construct any road there, they couldn't make it. They couldn't make it. And then you sit somewhere and then you just continue shouting. Shouting. One district, one village. Ask yourself, if you go up north, is it not a manhole? When the dry season came, all those manholes that they dug and claim it is dams, where are they? Why are they not making noise? You implement one policy, free SHS. We are not saying it's not good. After all, everybody wants free thing. So once it's free, we are in for it. But once you've been able to implement it, what next? When we talk about the economy, you say free SHS. When we talk that people cannot have 3 square meal, you say free SHS. So how many people
are benefiting
from this free SHS?
But we are not benefiting from free SHS.
You understand? So you ask yourself, so because of free SHS, people shouldn't talk. Because of free SHS, our roads shouldn't be good enough for us to be using them. Because of free SHS, we shouldn't have better drainage system. And then now look, because of free SHS, they tell us that, oh, those projects that they've abandoned, they are using the money to finance it. So it means that anything you talk about this particular government, they are going to tell us free SHS. Now, COVID came in. They are using COVID too as another yardstick. When you ask them anything, they said, oh, you know COVID. Yet COVID, monies are being transferred and we don't know where the monies are going. COVID, people are now getting money all in the name of, campaigning, all in the name of elections, and they are sharing goodies. People share cloth, 6 pieces, cloth. And then you sit somewhere, and then because of diversional tactics, you want to divert the minds of Ghanaians. Look, Ghanaians, like I said earlier on, let us look sharp. This elections is about what you are going to do in the next 4 years. If you think that collecting 200 Ghana cedis, collecting just 1 kilo a bag of rice is going to keep you for the next 4 years, go ahead and vote for this government. But if you think that it is our own taxpayers' money, it is money that they collected from ourselves, our various fathers, mothers, market women, what have you, and they kept it somewhere. Now they are releasing the money. Ask yourself, all of a sudden, just about a week to election, everywhere you pass, you see the 200 notes, 100 notes. Now it's not about 10 or 5 200, 100. Where were those monies some years back? Where were those monies some years back? Let's look sharp. This government is not going to help us. And I thank the people of Ekropong constituency, because most of them have realized that they have scammed them. They have been using them over the years, and they've not been able to do anything because they just vote based on colors. The moment they see red, white, and blue, they just go and vote. They say, "Oh, for here it is MPP." So
it don't even be so annoying, eh?
Yes. So
how do we develop?
At the end of the day, they just leave most places and think that, oh, for us, anytime we come. And can you imagine?
But Desmond, isn't it reasonable that every right-thinking human being would support free tertiary education. Now we have free senior high school education. And that people will go to the senior high schools, they will pass, and they would have to go to the tertiary schools. There may be challenges. Parents may be unable to pay for fees and all of that. And so if somebody is saying that I'll even take half of the fees, shouldn't we support it?
Of course.
Every right-thinking human being should support this.
Yeah, but Justice, we are interested to understand one thing, that in their plans, what they want is a half-baked human being that they can continue to exploit over the years.
Yeah.
So they will leave them at the SS level, and you know what it means.
Which is true. Which is actually very true.
Half education is poison.
Yeah.
So they will be half-baked, and they are there. They will find
they'll put them
a way
in
to
that
continue to
post
manipulate them.
not pay them.
We are thinking about the overall
proper
objective
education
of
But it's so
education.
strange because if you read the 2016 manifesto of the MPP, under education, they spoke about ensuring that there is proper access to bring about, to address the issue of illiteracy.
Yeah.
So I'm surprised that they are I'm surprised that whatever it is that they are thinking, if it's not in tandem with what they wrote in their manifesto, then it means they deceived the majority of us.
And that's why I'm saying that.
Because and I can appreciate what Nazir is saying, because I've always consistently made an argument that poverty has always been the tool of deception.
Yeah.
So political parties will always find a way of keeping the people impoverished so they can take advantage of them. Yeah. So I can get where you are going.
Yeah.
Because after senior high school, really, what can you do?
What can you do?
Yeah.
What can you do?
Yeah. So
even now with first degree, second degree, you are using it.
Yeah.
Now PhDs are the ones who are.
Yeah.
Even now with PhD, Charlie.
So and then how long does it take you to even acquire a PhD and begin to?
Let's start on the last topic and then I'll read my message because I have a lot of messages here. Yeah. Abandoned projects very worrying. Forum for accountability. That's why let me start with you.
Kwame.
Yeah.
You see, I just told Ghanaians that if you vote MPP again, we are going to suffer. Because look at these abandoned projects. Schools, hospitals, clinics, in fact, housing projects where people stood in the sun to go and vote for you just to come and better their lives. And you have projects that has been abandoned. When we talk about all these projects, then they go free SHS. When we talk about these abandoned projects, then they say, oh, free SHS. But my problem is, government will go, government will come. Why are we all trying to rule Ghana? It's because we want Ghana to be at a level with various countries we all travel to, come back and say, when I went to Dubai, when I went to America, I saw this, so I am also going to implement that in my country. Yet, a simple school that your colleague use our own taxpayers' money to build, when you came into power, instead of you to finish it and make sure that the people who stood in the sun to vote for you will benefit from it, you just abandon it, leave it there for it to become a forest. Then you come back, use our own taxpayers' money again to go and weed, and then people will just go back and begin to construct. At the end of the day, ask yourself, 4 years down the line, those abandoned projects, if even you've gotten to the roofing level and you've put in wood on it, won't the wood spoil? If you have iron rods in most of the the pillars, won't it go bad? So, is this government doing Ghanaians good or bad? These are the questions we should ask ourselves. Because at the end of the day, they believe that, oh, this was not my project. Let me just leave it. So that at the end of the day, I will stand somewhere and say, look, they couldn't even complete the project that they promised.
Some of them. This one is in Wa.
Just imagine.
This one was put up by
just look at this.
to asphalt the Wa stretch, all the roads in Wa. And it's a big facility, it's been abandoned.
So just imagine, you see
Is a
metal
quarry or something?
Yeah.
It's a quarry.
Yeah, together with, no, I think it's a bitumen processor.
Okay.
Look at it. Just look at it. So at the end of the day, the people who will be going out there to vote this government.
You know, the good news is that we'll be showing you a number of projects that have been abandoned by this administration, which projects could have really helped with the administration of this nation. So Adam, you just be playing the videos, not just this one, all the other videos. As they advance, we'll just be making.
A whole machine.
Yeah, it's sport. It's big. Look at the people that could have been employed under this.
You see, and then you come and tell us that there's unemployment. There's not. So can't you use them to go and work, and then at the end of the day, the people will benefit from this? Yeah. This government is just not good. This government don't have anything better to offer Ghanaians. We have to kick them out, and this is the time. Look, you see, I went to my village, and I nearly cried because my people could not even afford 1 cedi to buy salt. And even going through the road, they said these are cocoa roads that they have been able to construct. Yet, the road has become manhole. I have to park my pickup. A whole pickup cannot go. So, just imagine a small saloon car. And then we sit on some platform, we talk big, we wear big coat, all we know is getting Land Cruisers. Look at the number of Land Cruisers that they have. Can't one Land Cruiser construct a cocoa road? Can't one Land Cruiser construct just a stretch of road that people stood in the sun to vote for you? How many ministers do we have? And all the ministers have special aids. Now, do you know what is happening? The ministers will use Land Cruisers, and then the special aids will use Prado. How much is a Prado? And how much is a Land Cruiser? Over 125 ministers and counting. And then you want Ghanaians to vote for you again. Meanwhile, at the end of the day, you have been able to borrow to an extent that over the years, you have been able to borrow to an extent that no government has borrowed the way you have. And when you borrow, it just go through a particular bank.
There's another
Look at another e-block.
That has been abandoned. And this one was filed by Pan-African Television when my colleague Ivan Barnes, together with Ivy,
the project is even completed.
This is completed, yeah. And they've been abandoned.
So why wouldn't you even commission it? And you see, the problem is that, Kwame, because they will bring in the one who started the whole project to be part of the commission, they will just abandon it.
You don't bring them, but you just don't bring them.
That is
commission it.
And you see, when you come and you think that a project, so why don't they follow it?
And if you don't even have
we have it, but when they came, they said they're going to clean it up and then implement it.
And I said, if we don't even have a national development plan, don't we have a common sense development plan?
No, we do. Have you forgotten that? Have you forgotten
that this is right and this is
wrong? But have you forgotten? I think was it Professor Butcher, somebody was contracted to put together a national development plan.
Yeah, we did that.
Submitted that to the 40-year plan. Yeah. So we have it. It's just that we have not implemented that.
Have you forgotten about the Vision 2020?
Yeah.
Where by this time, this is not where we were supposed to be.
Yeah.
It was comprehensive, complete, until the introduction of former President Kufuor into the leadership.
This is another abandoned e-block project.
Abandoned.
See?
You see?
E-block.
Let me tell you something.
Abandoned.
You see, let me tell you something.
And then the students are, you'll be doing double track.
The corruption,
you have all these buildings.
The corruption, the nepotism.
How wicked can we be?
All the negative things of this government does not move me more than this abandoned product.
Oh.
You know why I say so?
Tell me.
We are living with a government that up to today has not built from scratch and completed one single factory. But we've gone to the people of Central Region and Commander to revive the sugar factory. You know why I'm talking about the sugar factory? I worked at the Ministry of Trade and Industry as special assistant to the minister at the Ministry of Trade and Industry. I saw all the processes to the implementation. The board chairman for the Commander Sugar Factory is Alotejoko. When he was then the party chairman in the, Central Region. We have the board secretary in the name of one Ransford Vani Amwa. collectively, we saw, put together, did everything, ran the test, did a proper launching of the Commander Sugar Factory. Just because we were going out of power then, and we went out of power, they came over and nothing has been able to be done. I wonder if they even today have, security men watching
the whole airport has been abandoned too.
Yeah. I wonder if today they should have even security men being there and being paid by the state. In our normal circumstances, things would have been far different, because even if you are unable to process raw sugar, you can bring semi-finished products at a lower cost, finish it here, get employment for the people who are ready to work, get the sugar into the market, and then we are moving gradually into an area of self-sustenance in sugar production that has been abandoned. You go to the Okankwe Central constituency. Do you know what the Okankwe Central constituency is made up of? You know, the national chief imam of the Republic of Ghana lives in the Okankwe Central constituency. The national imam of the Al-Sunnah wa Jama'ah lives in the Okankwe Central constituency. And John Dramani Mahama's attempt to ensure that they will meet the needs of these people, because both of them have put in education as their main priority to ensure that we get well-educated people. These are some of the sharp.
But that's a school in the infant.
It's completed though.
Completed.
Oh, exactly.
100%.
That is what I want to talk about. This is
Atu Forces constituency.
This is exactly the plan I am talking about. That is the issue of the Okankwe Central. This is a 3-story, 18-unit classroom blocks. We have 3 of them in the Okankwe Central constituency. One is at Fadama, one is at Tesno, one is at what do you call it? One is also at Apenkwa also.
Yeah,
where these schools are completed just like this, completed, everything done. Not a single child has been able to sit in the classroom before, up to today. 4 years down the line, before we left office, 3 of these things are completed only in that constituency. Today, we ask the president that even if you feel so envious of the achievement of John Dramani Mahama, we want to ask you, which one have you put in place? Or for us to be told that the vice president deems it fit for the people of the Okankwe Central to engage in child's play. So we will commission for you an astroturf so that you continue to play when your peers, when your colleagues are in the classrooms. I want to ask, and I've always asked this question, do you know that the best hobby for Nana Danko Akufo-Addo is boxing?
Yeah.
Do you know he's a footballer? Did his father buy a set of books and library for him to continue and study to become a lawyer and today a president? Or he bought a set of boots and gloves for him to continue boxing and playing football? That is the question you ask ourselves. Why didn't the father think that boxing can equally bring laurels to the Republic of Ghana? And for that matter, his son should continue in an area that he has passion for. But he decided that, look, let's buy books and set up libraries so that this gentleman will grow up and become a lawyer.
The administration block.
Well, this, oh God, very, 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 very unfortunate. But you see, there are many of these scattered all over. I've mentioned the factory, the Commander Sugar Factory. I've mentioned for you the number of classrooms that today are rotting away because the MPP doesn't find it fit to fill the classroom with children. However, they are running a double track SHS system, which comes with all the inconvenience to teachers, to students, to parents, to everybody. Nobody cares about that. But we will continue to mention free SHS irrespective of the damages and the pressure that the ordinary Ghanaian goes through because of that implementation, and then tout it as though that is the best thing that ever happened to Ghana. Ghana is awakening to the reality. We have the power. Look, there is a gentleman I watched. Correct.
Look at this.
Right. There is a gentleman I watched.
This is a nursing school.
That has all this expansion.
Yeah, it's been abandoned.
Abandoned. Yeah. And so I am saying that John Mahama should have even promised heaven on earth. because he has all these advantages. If you come, you will start implementing all this, get people running it, you've solved even half of the problem.
Employment problem.
Yes, you solve half of the problem. You have all this completed. We have delayed the progress of Ghana by another 4 years by bringing Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo to be the president of the Republic of Ghana. Very clueless, very hopeless, very corrupt, very everything nepotism, very self-centered, even within, because there is a statement that Matirabidu's, expose brought out that people are not so concerned about. In that expose, one of the statements Matirabidu made was that he never saw the Dombo and the Buzia parts of the MPP in the in sharing of the spoils of war. It is mostly.
So this one was commissioned on Wednesday 2015 by Omanebo Ama. This is actually an enhanced community information center. Look at this.
Yeah, we have 2 of them in Bali.
Yeah,
Did you see the cobwebs?
Yeah,
I saw it.
We have 2 of them in Bali. I know. We have 2 of them in Bali, and this is ICT. This is the area John Amani Mahama is saying that would help him achieve the 1 million jobs.
Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. We sit and then we pray. We sing the praises of Rwanda, right, for the development that we are seeing. I'm telling you that they are investing heavily in the areas of ICT.
Yeah.
So a nation that wants to grow will necessarily deliberately invest in information communication technology.
Have you forgotten about the fiber optic cable
Absolutely.
relay from down south
Absolutely.
up until up north? We did it using the Eastern Corridor. It has been successful. It is the backbone on which today the information technology infrastructure is based on. These are implementations. These are visionary leadership. This implementation of such projects ensures that the country develops so rapidly.
This one, I'm told, has turned a 3-bedroom for somebody.
This one, somebody lives there.
The person is living there.
The person is living there for free.
Yes, for
Can
free.
you imagine?
An abandoned project.
Abandoned project.
Now it's somebody's 3-bedroom apartment.
And do you know we have a law for causing financial loss to the state?
Oh yes.
No, I think we should really put those laws to use, because this is unacceptable.
So that if you are the district chief executive, you come and tell us in your district why you allow such.
But what? No, you see, let's put politics aside, right? Why are we this wicked to ourselves? Like very, very wicked. Very wicked. We are being very wicked.
That's why I'm saying that.
Let's put NDC MP aside. Any rational human being shouldn't do this.
To us, not we being wicked to ourselves. Why I say so is that I give you a typical example of 2009, where we have continuing student, because it was 4 years, not 3 years SHS again. We have continuing student, and the first year students are also coming in. John Dramani Mahama and the Mills administration did not go around abandoning projects. They were looking for even half-finished projects so that it will help them finish them to absorb all the students. They started their own, finish it, absorb all the students, and make sure that we didn't have double track. A vote for Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo and the MPP and all its parliamentary candidates. Don't forget, it is this group of parliamentary candidates who went to sit in parliament when NDC said it is wrong to pass the Ijapa deal, passed it, went further, and today it has crashed. They don't have you at heart. They have their party and Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo at heart. Think about it and think wisely that when you are going to cast your vote, it is haram. It is haram to vote for Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo and the MPP.
It's another abandoned project.
Yeah. Okay.
Justice, let's come to you and wrap up.
Kwame, thank you.
Because viewers should also know that Election Focus has taken it upon ourselves to thoroughly look at some of the abandoned projects. And I think that Ghanaians should be informed not only on the basis of free SHS, but also on the basis of some of the abandoned projects, which would have been very beneficial to the average Ghanaian for us to get jobs to do. And so if you are going to vote, you need to know all of these things, factor them into your thinking patterns, and that should inform you as to who to vote for. We are not going to tell you who to vote for, but we feel that we need to
vote for NDC.
You are NDC, so you can say that. But a point I'm about to establish is that we will only put out the facts, and people will now make their informed decisions based on the facts that we've so presented. Justice, let's hear from you on this matter.
Thank you so much, Kwame. Mr. Naziru, I hope you're a taxpayer.
Sure.
I just need that.
Sure.
I hope you're a taxpayer.
Sure.
Kwame, I hope you're a taxpayer. You pay taxes, right?
But you work with me, you know I pay taxes.
Exactly, and I pay taxes too. Mommy, and I pay taxes too. So allow me all the time to digest these issues properly because my taxes are going waste. That's all. That's the point I want to make here. Now I'll touch on a lot of the things, the projects they've abandoned, from the E-blocks, hospitals, cheap compounds, clinics, roads, housing projects, factories, and then the airports. I won't even come to the harbors that they've promised to build. One in Keta and then the other in Jamestown. I'm told that of the Keta one, we have a CEO who is even taking monies, yet nothing has been done. I'll put that one aside. Kwame, E-blocks, the ex-president or the previous government promised to build, I think, 200. You promised 200. And you've built, I think, 123, 24.
120.
120 of those projects. They were under various stages of completion. I think you completed 40 47 or so. Okay, 40 was fully completed. As it stands now, I'm unable to tell how many of those projects they have been able to finish. And as you can see clearly in the videos that were played, we've seen some of those E-blocks abandoned.
Which one?
Most of the E-blocks abandoned.
This is what Ivan was telling me, that there's actually a new block that has been built right next to this one.
Okay.
But that has been abandoned, and they are still here.
And they are still here.
But that is the situation. I mean, I think my friend knows the issue of Fadama very well. That's the exact situation. That three-unit, three-story, 80-unit house.
When Ivan was telling me, I was in disbelief. But then I followed. He said, this is a new block. So this is what they are building to replace the old one. When they came, NPP came, they abandoned this one. So they are still in the old one. So good. Can you imagine?
So Kwame, when you talk educational infrastructure, right? This government has
still they will go and vote for MPP.
This government has succeeded. Now, when you talk of educational infrastructure, this government has succeeded by telling Ghanaians that they have spread infrastructure on all campuses across the country. But what sense would it make to expand other campuses and leave fresh senior high schools that were started? Now, if you ask me the number of new senior high schools that have been put up by this government, I'll be unable to tell you even a single one.
No, not a single one. Not a single
I'll be unable to tell you
not
even a single
one.
But we have a lot of the E-blocks that are supposed to be new senior high schools that have been abandoned. What sense would that make? And in our video, we played that. Your guess is as good as mine. You are going to make your decision on December 7th. Would you want your taxes to go west? If that is what you want, fine. Now let's come to the hospitals. Kwame, there's one hospital at your area. It wasn't commissioned. But when we were hit with COVID-19, now we had the sense to use the place
because I'm told somebody bigger went there for treatment. So they needed to finish it. Somebody very big.
Exactly.
And they fixed the roads there because somebody very, very big.
Exactly. I'll come to that point.
A highfalutin person.
Highfalutin. But you see,
they think about themselves first.
No seriousness. What sense would it make? That hospital is a very big hospital. That hospital would have served a lot of people. That hospital would have created a lot of jobs. But what did we do? We have left it because we did not construct it. I think that COVID-19 has taught us a lot of sense, a lot of lesson. At the point I thought that we were not thinking as a country. Because if we were thinking, we wouldn't have waited for COVID-19 to tell us what to do with that hospital.
One of my former bosses, the one who gave me my an opportunity to host the morning show on his TV station, Capital TV at the time, Chairman Ben, has sent me a book titled Ejapade. And this is how it looks like.
Oh, okay. I think the cover is very nice. I'll try.
No, about the cover, the content. So the content is, listen, economic and financial sector control, the political terrain, religion and chieftaincy, the national situation as regards the media landscape. This is serious. This is a book. Who's, let me say? Have you seen it?
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
I said if you
Hey,
have if
this
you
one me I can't compare mum.
if you have
Can you share it to me?
I will share it.
Listen, if you have
and
if you have a
because-
full book,
Yeah, I have a full book.
I want you to read pages
Okay, let me
pages 26, 27 and 28.
Oh, you have it.
I say if you have it, just read that pages 26, 27, 28. The key highlight I think is under the religious and what and the things they have for our Muslim community.
No,
the
you
plans
see,
they have.
what you need to is sometimes you don't even need to go into the nitty-gritties of the content.
Yeah.
The forward
Yeah.
alone
Yeah.
will tell you to our future, made up of the present and the unborn, for whom this will,
Yeah.
listen to it,
Yeah.
will, and it's in quote. So it means the legal will.
Yeah.
All right, that we are referring is the legal will that we are referring to.
Yeah.
You know wills.
Yeah.
When somebody decides to bequeath something to somebody, that document that justifies that and that certifies that is what we refer to as a will. Now, of a nation is being prepared to our foremost king, for repaying the progenies spread across this world, for whom and to whom alone the sacred document is prepared. They said the document is sacred. As their heirs of Nana Opianin Kwaframa, but it goes on to say, with the arrival of Nana, we see the rebirth of a second JB Dankwa who has come to the rescue. Fully cognizant that we are currently part of the modern nation of Ghana, the name of which was originally proposed by the illustrious son of Oferipenyin Fie, JB Dankwa, and aware that it is currently made up of other diverse peoples, we have to accept our old selves and ensure that we no longer continue to live in the shadows of other kings and peoples whose forebears we defeated in wars.
Is this not a shame?
Whoever is calling me, I'm not taking your call. Don't call me. Whoever it is, you've called me about 5 times. I'll take it.
I said,
don't call me.
Is this not crude?
Okay.
Uncivilized, unrefined.
But we shall come to this book.
We shall come to the book. Anyway, let me finish my submission first. Let me finish with my submission.
Your submission can hold on.
No, Kwame. I'll go to that. You see, then we shall see whether Ghana is an Ejapadie or it is not.
Yeah, because the person you said
yes.
Some diverse people.
Yes.
Yeah.
So.
Who are those diverse people?
We need to interrogate. They will determine whether or not Ghana is an Ejapadie for some people, or it is not an Ejapadie.
See, I get goosebumps. See.
We are all Ghanaians.
I'm shocked. You know, anyway, but so me from Elmina half and Oti region half. Yeah, me I don't get Ejapadie.
You know, but
God save Ghana.
Why we don't take such statements as whimsical?
No, it shouldn't be treated lightly at all.
Is the fact that we saw before the emergence of Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo as the president.
No, but
similar.
What it means
similar
is that,
papers.
hold on. What it means is that zero. Maybe we've not averted our minds to something. No. What it means is that there's a bigger problem for this nation going into the future than we are anticipating.
And what it also,
you know what I mean?
What it also means for me is that we've been able to diagnose the problem early, so we can solve it on Monday. You understand? That is what it's.
Let me allow you.
I'm able to diagnose it early.
I'm being afraid to Jay because you will be on election focus. To do what?
Oh, Justice, you are not being on the field. You will be in the studio.
No, we'll be in the studio and on the field.
Both. Okay, so.
But you just let me read messages.
Okay.
Wow.
Kwame, let me finish with the hospitals and clinics. I mean, it's very important.
Yeah.
It's very important. You recall that University of Ghana Medical Center, it took a student to demonstrate before it was opened. But when COVID-19 hit us, that was the problem.
I've sent the book to you.
Some of them were spending holidays over there. Now talk of the Fomena Hospital. Talk of the Bekwai Hospital. They are there. Nobody has touched it. The last time I went to Bekwai, it is in the bush. Nothing has happened. And in fact, that hospital has been there since. Let me come to roads. You would remember that former President John Evans Atta Mills, when he took over, at the time the Malam, constructed, he finished it, invited former President Kufuor, and they both commissioned it.
Yeah.
That is leadership. That is governance. That is what I'm talking about. Can we say same about this government? We can never say same about this government.
Jay, the matter way at the talk,
you are reading the tea.
The book even makes no sense on the government project. It's true. The book is telling you that they don't even need to continue with any project. The book is telling you that Ghana is an Ajapadiye.
Yes.
This is serious.
My goodness.
This is serious. And you see, if you further read it, he said that in spite of our tremendous contribution to this Ghana entity, they describe Ghana as this Ghana entity. If you are an English person, if you say this Justice Apia, this Naziru, this entity, this Ghana entity, Ochiman has not been credited with the appropriate awe and grandeur that we rightly deserve in recent times.
It's delusional.
Currently, with Nana in total control of the whole entity of Ghana. So Ghana is described as one entity, a whole entity that can just be we have a duty to ensure that we take over the commanding height of the essential fabric of the country. Keyword is essential fabric of the country, in order that even in the event that Nana leaves the scene after the mandatory 8 years, the sons and daughters of a chairman will be firmly secured and such control, both financially and economically, that we can no longer be ignored in the battle to control the destiny of our dear nation, Ghana.
Financial,
so you see,
financial, I can give you the. Kwame Adufour is from Ashanti region. Kwame Adufour's bank, what do you call Unity Bank, is gone. We talk about Alaji Global Hewlett.
Yeah.
His bank is is the African bank or something. That bank is gone. Many others lose investment. As I speak to you, people who have invested and are not from the lineage of their chains have had their business being, whisked away.
But you see, but you see, don't even say Achims, because we have people in
for a penny to be
specific. Because if we say Achimland, not just Chebiu.
Because my friend is area.
So let's not generalize the conversation. This one is a particular.
I'm half a Chim, but I make no sense of this book.
But
the chairman of our party is an Achim. So I agree with you perfectly.
Ghana cannot be an Ajapadiye for anybody.
That one there is true.
I have sent it to everybody. NDC will win this election. Ghanaians are now vigilant. And sometimes if you find people defending some of these things, I shrink. Wow, what a wow.
So who sat down and wrote the book?
Somebody said, please send the book. You have to pay for the book. 1,000 Ghana. Good morning, Kwame. God bless you for the good work you are doing for Ghana. But I even don't know what to say, but God should forgive us for doing this mistake, for bringing an adult to power. I am Philip from Takoradi. Please, can you send me the book? How do I send the book to this phone? Because it's on my other phone. Please contact Justice Apia. Justice, what's your number?
0240. Well, I don't want to put my number.
Oh no, you have another number, the 020 number. You can put that one out.
Unfortunately, those are my.
No, but Justice will pick it up.
I'll pick it up.
Yeah, Justice will pick it up.
You know what you did to me? You allow me to put my number.
Good.
And every day.
Think on your faith, and the people are calling you.
Good morning to you.
So then there is effects.
Good morning to you and your panelists. Is it always about free SHS? What happens to the primary and JHS in this country? Are they also given free books? Are they all been fed to? Let's be serious as a nation. You can't lay blocks successfully without laying a solid foundation. Francis in Kwanta Oti region. Kwame, what is more scam than the Ajapa deal? I still can't locate the factory they built in Takwa. Now, everything. Look, if I had come across this book quite early, I wouldn't have been surprised at all that I've seen over the period. You know, at Japan, at PDS, you know, at the banking sector crisis, you know, and a few others, right? I wouldn't have been surprised. Because if you say you want to take over the key economic fabric of the country, what are you talking about? PDS, which is the energy sector.
Energy sector.
You take over our mineral royalties.
Correct.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
You take over the banking sector.
That's right.
That's
You take about the banking sector. I mean, these are the three ingredients, right? Three most
Energy,
PDS, yeah. So energy,
and then media.
And then media. Yeah. And you know what they are doing in the media space.
Yeah. That is it.
That's
so
all.
You shape public opinion and you keep moving.
My time is up. I can't read the messages because I'm sad. You know, I'm emotionally broken.
It
shall be well.
I'm emotionally broken.
By Tuesday, but you do a great deal of disservice to your people. If
I don't read the
yourself
messages
that they look up to, you tend to break down. We are giving our listeners the assurance that Ghana is will take its rightful place. Ghana is a better place. Ghana will continue to be a better place. We are going to rise up to the occasion as a political party to protect your interest, to protect the interest of Ghana, to protect the interest of the generations yet to be born, to continue the fight of ensuring that everybody gets his share of the national cake. And to achieve this, all that we need from you listening and watching us today is your vote on Monday on the umbrella and the umbrella candidates.
People are asking for me to send the book. I don't know how to send it to all of you. It's so sad to see all these projects left to rot. Wow, what are all our politicians doing to us? A.U. Farouk in Tamale North says, no amount of intimidation can stop the good people of Ghana from voting out Akufo-Addo. Nonsense, did you people hold responsible for the over 40-year-old abandoned Cath maternity block? So you're justifying. That's the stupidity of the young Ghanaian. Very stupid. Very, very stupid. The fact that we failed to criticize, you then should have criticized.
No, but...
Hold on. You see, that's the stupidity. We are moving forward as a nation. That's why we change government, right? So if we've changed a government, you know, because perhaps it failed to do certain things in our estimation at the time, and your government comes and fails to do that which you criticized, are you not foolish? So if you come to tell me that
it doesn't even fit in. We are talking about completed projects where funds from our coffers, the ordinary taxpayers' money was used to complete the project, and the project is not being in use. It constitutes causing financial loss to the state. That is what we are talking about. Even where we have Commander Sugar Factory is there, where you've seen completed classes.
Let me do this.
And you're telling us about an uncompleted program.
And then if you can hear me, open the phone lines for just 3 calls. For just 3 calls. Adam, I beg you. I know my time is up, but do it for me. When I finish, you know I'll buy you some kinky. So, Adam, activate the phone. No, make a drive and fly.
It is becoming normal because the president himself is still taking right. It's becoming normal, and you can say it on TV. That is all what it is.
Listen, me and my people.
It is becoming normal. Have you watched the challenge? Just give it to me. Let's do the challenge. The brown rope challenge. You want the challenge? How do you know what to me? How do you know what to me?
I didn't see the video.
The juvenile glee with which he was taking the thing.
Let's activate the phone lines and pick like 3 calls.
The juvenile glee.
Oh my God.
It's becoming normal. It's becoming normal that everybody can be done.
How do I send the book to people?
Well, I just send it to a few friends.
No, like on this number.
We'll do it. So what we are going to do is that
the phone lines are activated. Let's speak about just 3 calls. Because I know people are calling me. I need to. Maybe they have some information for me. Hey, Charlie, they don't even want me to read the messages.
No,
everybody is asking for the book.
You see,
Charlie, if I sell the book, I'll make money.
You know, this program should have happened a month ago.
No, but we didn't have.
Because you see,
Are the phone lines activated?
most people don't know
that such things exist.
You understand?
Hello, good morning.
Public opinion. You are shaping public opinion.
Hello, good morning. Good morning. Hello. Hello. Do you have a challenge with the line?
Do you think they'll allow you get your people in?
Hello?
You are even lucky you are still on air.
Oh no. We are the voices of course. Hello, good morning. Can you hear me? Hello?
Yeah, hello, good morning.
Good morning. Quickly, we don't have time.
Yeah, my name is Prince Ananga, calling from Tamale.
Yes, please, let's hear from you.
Listening to you, watching you this morning, in fact, KOD, I want to tell you that I'm very sad for Ghana.
Yeah.
We can't keep paying our taxes and it is being wasted like this. As a young man, I feel very hurt. And I think it's hard time the youth rise and ensure that we vote for the right people to develop this country for our own progress. So this is what I want to say. I am very sad this morning, and I will entreat everybody to go out and vote for the right people who will develop Mother Ghana for us.
Thank you. Next caller. Hello? Hello? I know the line is burning right now. Hello, good morning. Are you there? Hello? Hello? Okay, let me do some messages and then as and when the calls come in, we'll pick it. Those of you calling the WhatsApp number, Adam has put the call number on your screens. Where is it? It's 030-290-8718. So just call it. Stop calling the WhatsApp number because we can't pick it. People are, hey, this book matter. Why are Charlie, and people are not even allowing me to pick my they don't want me to pick to read the messages. Hello? Is there anybody? I'm sure. Hello, good morning.
Hello. Good morning, sir.
Yes, shoot.
My name is Joe.
From where?
I'm calling from Kwame.
Joe, let's fire.
Please, what is happening now? I'm watching KOD now. I'm weeping. I'm a 66-year-old man. But I'm going to vote for future, for the generations yet to come. I have grandchildren. I have great-grandchildren. And if this MPP administration is voted back into power, my brother, we are doomed.
Thank you.
This country is not for only one tribe. It is for all Ghana. It's for the entity called Ghana. And so let us go out in our numbers and vote for the development of this country. Thank you very much.
Thank you. And I'm getting all those messages. I mean, such messages. People telling me that they are very sad this morning because of the videos that we've shown on our screens. The projects that have been abandoned, projects that could have employed people. Every time, every time we campaign with unemployment.
Isn't it sad that sometimes we come here, you find it very difficult to control us.
Yeah.
We go overboard.
Yeah.
I mean, this is what we see.
Yeah, hello?
Hi, good morning, sir. What's your name? Where are you calling us from?
My name is Eric Abedumeris. I'm calling from Kumasi.
Yes, my boss.
Yeah. I want to tell the people you are meeting there this morning, you are doing a good job.
Thank you.
Yeah. But I want to tell Kumasi people to know that they have to vote for the right people, not the people who defeated us. That was my message.
I like what you just said. I like what and this one, this one you spoke in proverb, and people must understand what you said in proverb because the book, and I'm sure he's responding to the preamble in the book. The book said the people that we defeated. So I understand him. Thank you very much for your call from Kumasi. All right. The matter, it be like say it's up hot. No. Viewers should call. Today the show is for you. Call.
What sense does it make? You have abandoned an airport project in the country, and then you are promising to build another airport, construct airport in Cape Coast.
The irony. After yesterday, the airport John Dramani Mahama built in Wu to help the people of Volta region has become the military base. That that is where all their military accoutrement and the terrorization they are planning for the.
But you know the most annoying thing.
Cook from.
Wait.
Do you know the most annoying thing?
Were you able to defeat somebody?
Eh?
Were the voter people able to defeat somebody?
But in the Cape Coast, people also defeat somebody.
No, you don't get the argument. You don't get the logic. Hello, good morning, sir. How are you? What's your... Hold on.
Yeah, I'm calling from Uganda.
What's your name?
Yeah, I'm saying that this NPP government, we have to vote them out because they took us for granted.
Thank you. Thank you. Your point has been made. Next caller.
Yeah.
Next caller. Your point has been made. Thank you. Next caller.
They've said that the people of Cape Coast also deserve an
Also
deserve an airport.
Now, but it would not make sense. It's not even about the land.
It would not make sense.
Development must be spread evenly. Isn't it? Everybody must benefit.
Of course.
If there are economic benefits that we will get if we send the airport there, why not? I'm from the central region. You understand? So I would be happy even to have the airport in Elmina.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Of course.
Because it's going to open up. Probably you have some family.
Absolutely.
Stool land.
Yes.
Am I connected?
Yes, you are connected. What is your name? Where are you calling us from?
Yeah, my name is Albert. I'm calling from Obuasi.
Albert, lower the volume of your TV set.
I'm calling from Obuasi.
Okay, let's hear from you.
Mine is the project, the abandoned project they have just shown on the screen.
Yeah.
Somewhere in 2016, you were told these were Photoshop. And then now they are showing this thing on the screen. Hello?
No, I'm listening to you, sir. Go ahead.
Hello?
I'm listening to you, sir. I'm listening.
Okay. So now these projects are being shown on the screen. I want them to convince everybody. They should encourage the other media houses to also show these things. So Ghanaians will get to know that what we saw now 4 years back wasn't just a photo shoot, but these are the real and then real projects that we John Mahama did, and then we abandoned them, and then we cannot take Ghanaians' money for granted. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Next caller. 2 more calls and I'm done. Because this one, I will be paying KK in some brown and
And you will be collecting it.
And then we'll be collecting
This is between you and your director.
This is between you and directors. What a beautiful show they have made. Look, to be fair, let me tell you the other truth. All of you. Hi, sir. Good morning. Tell me your name. Where are you calling us from?
I'm calling from Bole. My name is Dominic.
Hi, Dominic. What do you have to say? Tell us.
Yeah, please, I want to contribute to what Nana B said.
You're on air. Go ahead.
Yeah, for him saying that the absorption of the tertiary fees is calm. I think they don't want the farewell of the secondary school students who just completed.
Yep.
If you want them to continue with their education, free SHS, I think somebody who is giving them tertiary for free, that's the most important part of life. So if you complete secondary school and you are not able to proceed, how do you become a doctor? How do you become a teacher? If they want them, they give them NAPCO and say they have given them employment and whatever. They are so-called NAPCO.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
So I think the students should wise up and vote wisely for John Dramani Mahama.
Thank you. OJ from Winneba says, thank you. OJ from, and let me just pick my last call, but hold on small for me. Let me just read this message. OJ from Winneba says, with my 54 years experience on this planet Earth, the only advice I will give Ghanaians is to vote out President Kufuor and the NPP from power on December 7, 2020. This is because President Kufuor has not been truthful to Ghanaians on the promise of fighting corruption and to eschew family and friends, government, etc. Today, what do we see? We are seeing the worst. If we vote for Kufuor again, he will take us for granted. And word to the wife is enough. Yeah, good morning. Hello, sir. Good morning. Hello. Good morning. Welcome to Good Morning Africa. What's your name? Where are you calling us from?
I'm Abdullah, calling from Abrongo.
Hi, Abdullah. Let's shoot.
First about the book.
You want the book?
I announced some interview. Birthday was to one of the historians from Legon. They were saying that Ghana, the name Ghana was for their grandparents, their great-grandparents. So Ghana belongs to them. So if you see this kind of people, that's their mentality. Ghana belongs to them, they own Ghana. They just like their own private entity. Some of the book and what they are doing characteristic.
Thank you very much.